Happy Saturday. So, if you ask my sister, I'm sitting at one of my favorite spots of the house, which happens to be at the bottom of the stairs. Don't know why, but I always find comfort sitting here. But I wanted to check in, one to share, for everyone who's been following me and my event, Peace Over Pressure. We did have to reschedule that this morning, and so we will be rescheduling that to October 16th, which is a Thursday, and I believe that is 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. So more information will come out about that if you were already planning to join us, as well as if you didn't get a chance to purchase your tickets and you're still interested. It has been rescheduled, and more information will start to be posted for those who would like to. The initial link that was sent out is still updated and available, so you can purchase your tickets from there. And for those who had already purchased tickets, they were notified that the event was rescheduled. So definitely excited. That's still happening. Different date. Still a powerful conversation with Farrah Van. Super excited for her to share from a mental health aspect, as well as she's worked in the corporate space. She's a business owner, and so she's a mother. She definitely can speak to all the things, not from her professional experience, but then also from a personal experience. So stay tuned for that. It's still happening, and we would love to have you join us. And so now I have this time available this morning. I was not going to join my social walk club because of this event start time. And I was like, do I join? Do I sleep in? Because it wasn't a morning where I had to meet with my trainer. And so I still met with the ladies. Just to be clear, the social walk club is open to all genders, so not just women, but as of right now, our community is made up of just women that meet in the North Dallas area. And so I was wondering, do I get up? Do I make time to go? Do I sleep in? I feel like in my mind, one thing I just want to experience is a Saturday morning watching cartoons, eating cereal, and sleeping in. And that never happens. I don't keep cereal in the house. I don't watch cartoons, which I'm not above it. Let me be very clear. But those are some things that I always want to happen, and they don't quite happen. And so I definitely got up this morning at, I think, 6:30 a.m. Got up, met the ladies at 7:30 a.m. at the trail. We got almost 3.5 miles in. And so I say all that to say, having a level of discipline and motivation in this season of life. Last year, when I think about where I was basically forced to start walking because my blood pressure had been high. My primary is I know you're taking your time off, you're doing some of the things, but we got to try to do some additional things to make sure that physically that you're in a good place, right? And so if you haven't heard the other videos where I kind of shared my story and why I made the pivot, I started experiencing burnout. And so last year I was forced. I feel like I was forced because I was not going to accept going on high blood pressure medication, especially not due to work related stress. And so I started walking a few times a week, and then, thinking about me getting up this morning, and I'm telling you, I wanted to snooze. My alarm actually went off, was supposed to go off at 6:15, and I reset it. And so just having that level of motivation and desire to want to get up, not just to meet the ladies. I already, we had a leader that was going to walk and lead. And so there was someone in place to do that. But for myself, literally for me, not for anyone else to say okay, yes, you worked out 4 times this week. And I'm talking about actually worked out, weightlifting, and you were doing what you're supposed to do with your water and eating, and maybe you could have given yourself a day off, right? And just chilled. But I wanted more for myself. And so it's that level of being at a place where, you're pushing yourself to hold yourself accountable to what you've committed to. For me in this season, I've committed to getting back to, my physical health where, physically, I do think there are a lot of things that I can do. I still can do. I definitely can't do some of the things I did 10 years ago. And I'm building myself back up to that when it comes to working out. But I do think a lot of people underestimate what I can do. Yeah, absolutely. No doubt. And so, when it comes to walking, the hiking on trips, Pilates and getting back into the gym, I've heard that wait, you can lift more. You got more reps in you and things like that. And so it's me being at a place where I'm committed to not cheating myself, but most importantly, betting on myself. And so betting on yourself can look at like so many different things, right? It can be betting on yourself in your business, taking a leap of faith, pivoting in your career, walking away from a career, walking away from a relationship, friendships. Betting on yourself can be so many different things, but it's important to be able to really understand what that looks like. Sometimes it can just be you saying yes to yourself in whatever season of life you're in. Like betting on yourself, it's like, I'm going to choose me first. I'm going to invest in myself. And I'm going to believe that I can accomplish whatever it is. And so for me, I have even specifically prayed, like, God, please just help me to stay focused on this getting finer journey, like to do the right things, to make sure that I'm more intentional about eating. Do I need to have a cocktail when I go out? Being intentional about not keeping wine in the house, or not feeling like, to be in a place in life where you don't feel like you need wine to kind of help you rest in the evening or to relax is a great place. And so no judging of anyone that's still in that place in that season, but I've been there and I was there for years. And so I know what it feels like. So just to be at a place now where I don't have to lean on that is great, but to push myself to want to just do more. You talk about, one of the videos I posted, I think about a month ago now, Tony Gaskins and the 3Bs, brains, business, and body. And so like really focusing on that body portion for me has been a struggle, just because I had a lot of excuses. I didn't always invest in myself the way I could have. I didn't have the energy all the time. I'm going to be very honest about that. But now that I'm in a place where like I'm getting the rest, I have the energy, I have to see this through, because not only is it beneficial for me overall, my mental, physical, emotional, and spiritual well-being, but like it's a goal that I set and I owe it to myself to see it through. And so I just want to share that with somebody. It's Saturday. There's a lot going on. It's so easy on the weekend to just want to sleep in the bed, to not get up, to cancel plans, especially if you're like, I'm going to go for a walk today. I'm going to go for a walk this evening. I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to get on the bike. I got a Peloton sitting over there in the corner that I haven't used in months. But I'm doing other things to make up for that. But I could jump on the Peloton at any point. And so I just want to encourage somebody to push yourself a little today and this weekend to do something. Don't let the thought of you're tired, you're exhausted, unless you truly need the rest, please rest. But, sometimes we tell ourselves these things and we're really not there. And so if you have more in you to go ahead and do what you have committed to do, if you are at a place where like you are questioning and the negative is creeping up, let me be the positive voice to you and say like, you can do it. You got this. Go at your own pace. Maybe you're not going to walk 2 miles. Maybe you're not going to walk a mile. Maybe you only got a half a mile to get in. Maybe you only have 15 minutes to get in to go around the block. Do it. Whatever that thing is, if it's something else that you have planned this weekend that's pouring and really investing in you and choosing you, I want you to do that, because sometimes it's so easy for us to, try to talk ourselves out of things, right? Me, cereal, cartoon, sleeping in on a Saturday, and here I am getting up at 6:30. And so I do want to encourage you to do that. Find a way to bet on yourself this weekend. Find a way to invest in yourself this weekend, regardless of what you have going on, regardless if you are married, if you have a partner, if you have children. Like, I know there's all those responsibilities that matter and takes us away from things, but just make that time for yourself. Whether it's 15 or 30 minutes, do it. And see how you feel afterwards. If you get a chance to journal, take some notes, do that. If you have an opportunity to do an audio recording, that's a great way to capture how you're feeling. Capture just, 60 seconds of how you feel after intentionally making that time to do what you need to do for yourself. So I hope this inspires someone. I hope that you all have a great weekend. Have a great Saturday. Again, don't forget to choose yourself, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one. Bye.